Welcome back to Infinite Heights, a place where the sky is not the limit. A place where wealth is learned, built, and maintained for generations. Today, we're shifting gears to explore a game-changing move by Canada in a bid to revamp its energy export strategy. Ottawa has engineered a bold bypass of traditional U.S. channels, channeling crude oil straight to Asia. Much like tuning an engine for optimal performance, this strategic realignment is designed to power the nation's economy with newfound autonomy. Buckle up as we break down this high-impact maneuver across 6 key segments. Number 6. Canada's daring divergence, escaping U.S. overshadowing. Canada is revving its engines toward a new era by distancing itself from decades of U.S.-centric oil trade. Historically, Canadian crude was largely directed into American refineries under terms dictated by Washington, leaving Ottawa with limited throttle control and restrictive tariffs. Frustrated with these outdated market dynamics, Canadian leaders seized the chance provided by surging Asian demand, especially from China. By capitalizing on the upgraded capacity of the Trans Mountain Pipeline, Canada is now routing its oil directly to Asian markets, freeing itself from the constraints of US-dominated pricing. This bold detour not only enhances Canada's negotiation power on the global stage, but also signals a broader strategic pivot, a move toward diversified partnerships and energy independence. Industry analysts are watching closely, noting that this shift could inspire other resource-rich nations to reclaim control of their exports, challenging long-held economic dependencies. Before we move further, please take a moment just to hit subscribe. It is free to you, but it helps us tremendously grow. Thank you. Now, let's get rocket high. Number 5. The Trans Mountain Overhaul, charting new export pathways. At the core of this transformation is the monumental expansion of the Trans Mountain Pipeline, with a staggering investment of over $24 billion. The project has more than tripled the pipeline's capacity, pushing its throughput to an impressive 890,000 barrels per day. Think of it as installing a high-performance turbocharger in a well-worn engine. This upgraded infrastructure not only shaves off transit delays, but also sidesteps the chokehold of U.S. tariff pressures, ensuring that Canadian crude reaches Asian markets swiftly and competitively. While some environmental concerns and local impacts remain topics of heated debate, proponents argue that this modernized conduit is essential for securing Canada's place in the global energy race by rewriting traditional trade routes. The Trans Mountain expansion stands as a testament to Canada's commitment to innovation, streamlining logistics, and bolstering the nation's economic horsepower on the world stage. Number 4. Locking in strategic partnerships. Cementing ties with China. As China's demand for stable and reliable energy supplies accelerates, Ottawa has shifted its strategy to forge long-term alliances with the Asian giant by offering competitively priced steady-flow crude via its direct export routes. Canada has positioned itself as a dependable supplier amid the geopolitical flux. China, investing heavily in modernizing its refineries and port facilities, is primed to handle the heavy Canadian crude with precision. Multi-decade contracts have been sealed, offering Canadian producers a secure revenue stream while granting China a consistent fuel supply to power its rapid growth. This mutually beneficial arrangement not only mitigates market volatility and political uncertainties, but also redefines the landscape of international energy cooperation. In effect, Canada's move mirrors the kind of strategic engine tuning that maximizes performance, setting new benchmarks for how nations can partner up for long-term gains in a competitive global market. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. Now let's shift gears and steer towards our next point. Number 3. Geopolitical domino effects. Redefining energy alliances. Canada's shift to an Asia-focused oil export strategy is sending shockwaves across the global energy grid, much like a finely tuned engine, releasing a burst of horsepower by steering its crude directly toward burgeoning Asian markets. Canada is challenging the long-standing U.S. dominance that once enjoyed near monopolistic control over its energy exports. This strategic maneuver is prompting countries across Asia, Europe, and even the Middle East to reassess their own energy alignments and pricing models as traditional alliances wobble. Major oil-producing nations are rethinking their contracts and pricing strategies in a market that's quickly shifting into a multipolar setup. Even stalwarts like OPEC and Russia are under pressure to adjust their export models, while U.S. refineries face higher production costs and disrupted supply chains. Ultimately, Canada's move is more than a simple trade diversion. It's a full-on recalibration of global energy security and economic policies, forcing the international community to navigate a rapidly evolving landscape of competition and collaboration. Number 2. Economic repercussions. Broadening revenue streams and market horizons. Canada's bold export realignment is also delivering a significant economic boost, much like upgrading your vehicle's engine for peak performance by pivoting from the traditional US market to dynamic Asian economies. Canada is capturing higher prices and more favorable terms for its crude exports. This shift is fueling increased profits for oil producers while simultaneously spurring investment in domestic infrastructure and ancillary industries such as shipping and logistics. The injection of capital is expected to drive job creation and regional growth, bolstering Canada's overall economic resilience. Diversifying away from reliance on a single market not only cushions the economy against political pressures and tariff spikes, but also sets the stage for future investments in renewable energy and technological innovations. In essence, this economic transformation is laying the groundwork for a more sustainable, robust energy sector that's better equipped to handle the twists and turns of the global market, redefining Canada as a forward-thinking leader in energy trade. Number 1. U.S. Backlash. Confronting a new energy landscape. On the other side of the trading lane, U.S. policymakers and industry leaders are grappling with the fallout from Canada's strategic realignment. For decades, American refineries enjoyed the steady supply of discounted Canadian heavy crude, a mutually beneficial arrangement that now finds itself upended by direct exports to Asia. The rerouting has led to the imposition of tariffs and a scramble to adapt to rising production costs, forcing Washington to reconsider long-standing trade policies. Critics argue that this development exposes vulnerabilities in U.S. energy security and underscores the need for fresh strategies as American industry voices call for policy reforms and alternative supply routes. The situation demands a recalibration akin to fine-tuning a high-performance engine. The competitive pressure is on unless the U.S. invests more heavily in domestic production and explores new international partnerships. Its energy market may struggle to maintain its competitive edge in this fast-evolving global arena. Final verdict. Shifting gears in global energy. Final verdict. Shifting gears in global energy. Canada's radical pivot in oil trade marks a transformative moment in global energy politics. By rerouting its exports and aligning with China, Canada is not only securing improved economic terms, but also reclaiming its strategic autonomy. This decisive move challenges long-standing U.S. dominance and reshapes international alliances, establishing new benchmarks for energy trade worldwide. From state-of-the-art infrastructure enhancements to significant geopolitical ripple effects, every aspect of this strategy points to a future driven by increased market competition and innovative approaches. What are your thoughts on Canada's bold energy realignment? Do you think this shift will set a new course for global trade dynamics? And how might these changes influence the automotive industry's future? Please share your opinions and experiences in the comments below. For the latest updates on the automotive world and more in-depth analysis, subscribe to Infinite Heights and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching. We sincerely appreciate your support and engagement. See you next time.